All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. This is a big day. I want to introduce County Executive Rashawn Baker, who will make an announcement to some, but certainly news for all, as it relates to the appointment of an interim CEO. Mr. Baker?
Thank you. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Good afternoon. This is our new conference room, so it's the first time we've used it. So it is a big day. Let me see. I want to thank all of you for coming here today for this important announcement. Today we begin a new chapter in our school system's history. It is time for us to turn the page and start anew. With rising enrollment, growing specialty programs, expansion of pre-K, and the reduction in truancy rate, we must continue our march forward to work to provide our children with a good education. Today, I am here to announce the selection of Dr. Monica Goldson to serve as the interim CEO for our Prince George's County public school system. Dr. Goldson is a product of our school system. Dr. Goldson has spent her entire 27-year career with PGCPS, steadily moving from the classroom to district leadership. She began her career at Suitland High School, which everyone knows is a favorite of mine, and so does Dr. Goldson. Dr. Goldson served as Deputy Superintendent of Teaching and Learning since 2016, where she led school support initiatives in the areas of curriculum and instruction, special education, testing, college and career readiness, and student services. Prior to being Deputy Superintendent, she served as Chief Operating Officer for the school system. As interim CEO, Dr. Goldson will oversee the preparation for the 2018-2019 school year. And in collaboration with the Board of Education, which I'm glad to see many of the board here, if they could stand up. I see Dr. Eubanks in the back. Everyone can stand up. Let's give them a round of applause. She'll be working to advance the education of our children. I believe that Dr. Goldson is the right person at the right time to lead our school system. She believes that every child has greatness in them, and that it is her job to lead and to help them grow. I am confident that she will move us in the right direction. Yet, despite the challenges that we have faced, we have to remember the progress that we have made over these past 8 years. We have seen the enrollment of our school system increase from its declining years. 5 years ago, we had a school population of 125,000 students. Today, we have a population that's ever growing at 132,000 students. We have expanded our early childhood education enrollment for full-time pre-K. 5 years ago, we had 8 programs. Today, we have 50. Our dual enrollment program, which enables students to graduate with an associate's degree, has grown and is a model for the state. Our language immersion program has expanded from 5 to 8 in our county. Our arts integration program expanded from 15 to 65 schools countywide, and it is a model that is used throughout the state of Maryland. College scholarships for students have significantly increased, and we have built stronger and better partnerships with our business and nonprofit communities. As we focus, thanks to the board's work, on more parental involvement. We don't spend enough time talking about the good things that happen in our school system. It is my hope that today we will start to change that focus back to our children, to our babies. So today I am pleased to announce that we will appoint, once again, Dr. Monica Goldson to serve as the interim CEO for for Prince George's County Public Schools. I am sure that under her leadership, that we will start a new chapter in the history of our school system. That is why I'm extra pleased to introduce the next CEO for our school system, Dr. Monica Goldson.
Thank you. I first want to thank our Board of Education members for being here, the elected officials that are here, Mr. Baker for providing me this opportunity. I am humbled, I'm honored, and I am blessed. We have labor partners here with us today, Prince George's County Public School employees. My mom could not be here. If she could have made that plane get back home on time, she would have. And she is an avid supporter of mine and has been, and so I'm grateful for her. And my children, who are also my supporters, Lindell and Marcus, who are also products of Prince George's County Public Schools. Today is extra special because not only am I being appointed as the interim CEO, but I have my high school principal here. And he's the person who saw in me the ability to be where I am today, and that's Dr. Sterling Marshall. The same focus and tenacity that he had in assuring that his students at Potomac High School would excel and do what their hearts dreams, that's the same thing that I want for our children in Prince George's County Public Schools. And so I'm grateful because we still communicate, and he has instilled that quality in me because I do my very best to still communicate with my children who were in high schools from Forestville, Frederick Douglass High School, and Henry Wise. I became a mathematics teacher in 1991 at Siouxland High School. And my desire was really to go in to teach mathematics and to focus on becoming an actuary scientist. And little did the students know that they would have an impact on my life those very first days that I walked into that building, because they changed my life. They made me realize that my passion was for children. And from that day forward, that has been my life's work. As Mr. Baker announced, I have been in Prince George's County Public Schools for 27 years, have never desired to go anywhere else, because I know this is where excellence reigns. I have been surrounded by an amazing village of community members, partners, parents, students, and they all still reach out now. And so this is an opportunity for us to take back our schools and to show our students that it takes a village to help to bring us together. And the same thing that people have seen in me is the same thing we want to see in our children to help them propel forward from this day forward. My focus has always been on children, and even though this has been my 5th day on the job, 4 days as acting, today is the first day as interim, I walked in the door automatically wondering and making sure that we did everything we needed to do to be ready in 30 days for the opening of school. Yes, 30 work days. And our hands are on the ground, our feet are running, and we're moving feverishly to make sure that we have teachers in every classroom, that we have bus drivers ready to pick up our children on time, that our food service workers are ready to feed our children, and that our teachers are prepared and ready to make sure that they can deliver the curriculum on the very first day of school. We want our parents to feel comfortable about dropping our students off on the first day and knowing that we've prepared for them. I've been staying on top of our construction projects that take place throughout the summer to make sure that they're completed and ready for our students, and our buildings are ready to receive them on September 4th. So we're working every day, and as kids are in camp and working through the summer, and our parents are continuing to prepare them at home for their educational experience in September, we're working every day, 10-hour days, to make sure that we are ready and prepared for our students. As Mr. Baker announced, we have had 5 amazing years of programs that we've provided to our students and our families. We've increased the number of full-day pre-K experiences. We've offered a variety of specialty programs for our students. And over the past couple of days, parents have already reached out and said, please tell me those programs aren't going anywhere. And they're not. But what I am going to do is provide a level of accountability that will allow us to monitor the effectiveness of those programs and to create a system where we monitor not only what's happening in our specialty programs, but what's going on in our 209 schools. Because what we fail to realize is that only 18% of our students participate in our specialty programs. 72% of our students are in our neighborhood schools. And our neighborhood schools are amazing. You can ask any one of our 209 ambassadors/principals. They will sell their school to you. And so we need to make sure that we tell that story so that our parents can hear it and know that it's okay. It's great to attend your neighborhood school. I was a principal at neighborhood schools, and I know what we can do in a school, and I know the fruits of our labor in our students. In addition, I started on Thursday to begin the reorganization of the executive level staff in an effort to make sure that we yield a savings that can be redirected back to our schools, to make sure that our focus is on children and not on adults. And lastly, some of that funds that will be used from that will be used to make sure that we have schools that are safe. In this day and time, parents are hesitant and students are hesitant about entering school, but we've done safety assessments throughout the summer, and we want to make sure that those funds will help to meet the needs and the gaps in areas that we don't feel that we've completely fulfilled. I will engage the community. I will listen to what you have to say. We'll take those recommendations at heart. We acknowledge that it has not always been a situation where you felt that we heard you. But this is our opportunity to reach back again, for us to hear you and for us to act on your recommendations. We have to regain the trust of our community and our parents. In order to do that, we have to do what we say we're going to do. People have to know that I'm going to hold people accountable for their actions, and that our focus is always going to be about children, and that the decisions that we make are about children. And my focus this year will also be on the creation of a compensation restoration task force. And that will be made up of labor partners, Prince George's County Public School employees, government employees, to allow an opportunity for our staff members and community members to brainstorm ways to restore compensation that was lost during 2010 to 2012. It's not just about teachers who lost funds, but administrators and support staff as well. So we have to brainstorm ways to figure out how we can do that. The creation of the task force will be the beginning of it. We will not be able to find the money in 1 year, but we'll at least begin the conversation to figure out the best way to do that. So as I've shared, it will be a busy year. And I am going to every opportunity I get to tell our story, because we have amazing stories to tell. Behind every last one of those stories are children. And those children that we work with each and every day are amazing and outstanding. When I'm having a hard day at work, I go to a school because I know that our children are going to keep us humbled. They remind me of why I'm here each and every day. And I want the sense of urgency that I have to get this right, I want that to permeate throughout the entire school system. It's important. It's important that I make it right for my own children. It's important that I make it right for my mom who raised me, to make sure that I took care of others, that it was more than just about me. It's important for our community, our business partners, and our churches to all come together at this time. We have to take our schools back, and this is the opportunity for us to surround them, support them, and make us PGCPS proud. Thank you.
Let me do this before we take a few questions. I see Doris Reed. I'm glad to see you here for the teachers, administrators, principals. Thank you very much for being here. We'll take a few questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you talked about, Dr. Goldson, you talked about regaining trust, and what specifically do you have in mind in terms of regaining trust in light of all that you've seen, the different controversies over the last several years?
So I will begin a listening and learning tour that will provide parents and community members an opportunity to come and share the concerns that they've had, but also to provide recommendations on ways that we can improve. Not only from our parents, but also from our staff members. Just last week, I took a call from a parent who felt like she had been passed over. And once she shared recommendations on ways to improve, I was able to actually create a mechanism that would be resolved at the opening of school. And that is through the restructuring of our area offices to elementary, middle, and high. I'll be creating a person who will be solely in each of those offices to address parent concerns and to respond to them in a timely fashion. In addition, I'll also make sure that there's a sense of level of transparency. During this first 5 days, there's been 2 communications that have gone out to parents thus far. The first one was on the Alvarez and Marcel external partners coming back in to assess whether we've done what we said we were going to do from the graduation audit. And the second one was to let them know that we were in the process of doing an executive level reorganization.
Any others?
Anybody else? All right, everyone,
Actually, I
thank
do
you.
have one more question about the cuts that you were talking about, the reorganization.
Sure.
How many, and any details on that? I know you said student deputy superintendent program, but how many more positions? How many?
So at this time, it's approximately 20 executive level positions that will be eliminated from our executive level structure. I've met with those staff members on Thursday so that they could hear it firsthand from me. Our hope is that we won't lose their level of expertise in the school system, but I have to acknowledge that we're in a position where I have to redirect resources back to our schools. And the best way to do that was to reduce the number of executive level staff that we have.
Let me say this before we close out. One of the things I've always been pleased with as county executive is that our community has always given the new person coming in as our superintendent or CEO a chance to get their feet wet. They did that with Dr. Maxwell. They did that with Dr. Height. I expect that the same thing will happen with Dr. Goldson. And I also expect that she will be, transparent and leading the school system. She's going to do a great job. And I want to thank you in advance for providing her with the level of support and opportunity to get her team in place and to really hit the ground running. And I know she'll do that. With that, thank you for coming. God bless you.